Hi, I'm Pamela Day, and I work for Safe Homes of Orange County. I have been with Safe Homes of Orange County for 11 years now. I started my career with Safe Homes, providing services to women and children of domestic violence at our residential, which was our shelter. I then started doing our teen dating violence prevention program and have been with that program for 5 years. And I also am now the advocate for the city of Port Jervis. So, talking a little bit about being a woman in the work field and being a mom, the issues of stress come up quite often. So, it's really important as a working woman and dealing with stress is to identify perhaps what the source of your stress is. Work stress can come in many different forms. It can come in the form of feeling overextended and overworked. It can come in the form of addressing issues of conflicts with coworkers, conflict with individuals you're providing services for, conflict with customers. It can also come with a form of lack of organization. So when you're finding yourself stressed with work or just stress in life, the first thing would be to really try to identify what that source of stress is. As you identify that source of stress, obviously the next thing to do would be to find solutions that work for you, for your place of work, and for your home and personal life. It could be spending some time getting a little more organized, creating some quiet space for you to catch up on some. I think it would be taking some time to take a really close and good look at what is actually causing you the stress. So identifying what the source of the stress is, and as women are very busy and have very many responsibilities put on us, we have work, family, friends, home life, personal life. We have obligations to take care of our health and our emotional and mental wellness. I think the most important thing is to identify where my stress is actually coming from, because it could be from a source that you aren't identifying. You might just you might just think that you're stressed about work, but it might be stress because you're not taking time to eat well or to take care of yourself. You're not spending quality time with your family or with your friends. Maybe you haven't addressed financial concerns that have been burdening you. So really trying to identify what your actual source of stress is. I think too, as women, sometimes we don't realize that it is important for us to set priorities, and that we are allowed to set priorities, and what a priority might look like to a coworker, a friend, a colleague, maybe even a supervisor might not be what our priorities are. So really for yourself as an individual to set some priorities, set some workplace priorities, set some personal life priorities, and set some home life priorities. And take some time to organize yourself around those priorities. I think it's great to do like a weekly schedule, not just for like this appointment, that appointment, I have to be here at this time, but what you really want to accomplish within that work week, both at work but also at home. Sometimes just getting organized at home. I know on Sunday evenings, I promise you what I am doing is I am figuring out what I'm wearing all week long. I'm figuring out what my kids are wearing all week long, packing lunches, doing stuff so that during the week I don't have that stress of I have to work, then go home, get dinner ready, get lunches ready, figure out this. If you can spend some time, when you're some of your downtime, just an hour or two, pushing through to get those little daily living things done, it can relieve some of the stress during the week. And also, when you leave your workspace, especially on the end of your work week, try to, tidy up a little bit, have things organized, have a good idea of what you want to really concentrate and work on the following week. And so when you come in fresh Monday morning, you're like this, you have focal points, and this is what I need to do. it's really like just, like what you hear sometimes people say to children, all right, now it's time to like buckle down. Like, looking at your schedule and knowing how tight everything is, to just take 1 hour to focus on something and just, bang it out. I'm going to get this done, this done, this done, and that done. And really like be aware that that's what you're doing. I'm taking this hour to really get this project done, get this work done, get the situation taken care of. And as you accomplish that and achieve that, like let that really be fuel for you to take on the next projects, take on the next duties, and know that you can get things done and you can have high achievement and high production, and let that also help ease some of your stress. Yeah, I think having technology is a great asset to a lot of our work, but I think sometimes we do have to disengage from it. So you, through your work and your personal life, have to decide, what can I safely do right now? Can I get off live chat? Can I disengage my Facebook? Can I, not pick up every phone call? What are some ways you can create that space? Can I tell my coworkers, listen, as much as I enjoy, catching up with you and the little conversations here and there, for right now, I need to set this boundary. I just want to get this done. So when we do have a chance to catch up and chat and hang out a little bit, I don't have the weight of this work over my head. So you can actually enjoy that time more with your coworkers. So, again, you might have to vocalize those boundaries and say, I'm going to shut my door. I need, let your coworkers know this is what I need to get done right now. So if I'm not the first one to pick up the phone or the first one to, jump to solve this problem, this is why I need to do this. And I think as you discuss that with colleagues and coworkers, they might be more comfortable too coming to you and saying like, listen, I just need an hour to get this project done, to get this work done. And as they come to you to share that, you're helping also to relieve their stress. So you actually taking care of yourself to relieve your stress and focus on your work allows the people you work with to realize, hey, I'm allowed to do that too. I think there's many different places you can find support to deal with your stress. You want to really evaluate what feels best and feels safe for you. So I think, some of solutions to finding stress could be, talking to your coworkers about how they manage stress, finding, someone who can offer you some type of supervision. So whether it's your direct supervisor, a director or program coordinator, someone who maybe has been in the field a little bit longer, maybe you've had some longer work experience, how they cope and deal with stress. Discuss your issues of stress with them. Also taking advantage of some of the benefits that some organizations and companies offer. Some organizations and companies offer EAPs, Employee Assistance Programs, they really have wide ranges of services that EAPs can offer, from stress management. I've seen some that offer yoga and Tai Chi classes, mental health services, counseling. So they do offer a lot of supportive services. Also just taking time to take care of your own wellness, getting to the gym, going for a walk with the kids after work, taking a fun Zumba class with some coworkers, maybe even planning like a healthy meal where your family's going to come together and create like a healthy meal together. But as you do those things, really engage in your mind that I'm doing this kind of activity to deal with my stress, to manage my stress. Sometimes we just go through life and do these things out of obligation or routine, but if you can really take the time to focus on, I'm doing this to help me deal with my stress and manage my stress. So that self-awareness when it comes to managing stress. I do think it's really important to separate personal and professional life. I think probably the harder part of it is to sometimes a lot of women take their work home with them, and I don't even just mean physically taking home work to do, but also in our minds we always take home work to do. So I think it's having transition, like how can you create some sort of transition so when you leave work you're transitioning back to your personal and home life. I do think managing your stress is very important, very key to being successful in your work environment. I think a lot of times when you don't manage stress, you have the tendency to check out. You know, you just check out, you're just going through the motions. Maybe you're showing up to work, but you're not being efficient, you're not being productive, you're not being creative. So I think it really is very important to manage your stress. I think too, like I've noticed with myself, as I become more and more organized and more focused, there's more inspiration for new ideas, new avenues to pursue the work I do. There's like a freshness to my work and to my attitude towards work and my desire to do well because of the organization, because of the stress management, has allowed me to really reinvent things that I've been working on for a while now that could, just gotten very stale, very ordinary, very just going through the motions. So I think once you really take the time to focus on your causes of stress and to focus on some management tools that those causes of stress, you'll be really, really encouraged and inspired by your interest in your work again, your desire to be effective and efficient, and just your ability to be creative with your work. Safe Homes of Orange County is a not-for-profit organization here in Orange County. We have been around for 25 years. We just celebrated our silver anniversary. We provide services to families and individuals who have experienced or been affected by domestic violence. We provide an array of supportive services for individuals and families. If you're interested in contacting Safe Homes to know a little bit more about our services, or if you know someone, or if you yourself are an individual who has experienced domestic violence and need assistance, I would encourage you to call our 24-hour toll-free hotline, which is 1-888-503-4673. Anyone can call that hotline at any time and speak to an advocate and discuss in a confidential setting their concerns and issues regarding intimate partner.